Okay,
One.
we're
Let's go.
live.
Okay.
Right, we're live. How are you
Okay.
guys? Right.
Half
Yeah,
an hour.
hiccups happens, and
Yes.
here we go. The 95th episode.
Oh, 5 more to go.
Five more to go to hit 100. Yeah.
And today we are featuring our dear friend and
Okay, now
massive supporter.
today is very important because this is actually where we knight our fourth marketeer, and he's gonna take over the rest of the season of
wait,
whatever
what?
that is gonna come, right? That's what's gonna happen, right? Okay, do whatever. so what's gonna happen is like after this episode, you're gonna practice, maybe from the episode 96 and above. So you gotta be like practicing, because you're gonna take over the show, right?
Yes.
So I will start saying fundamentally.
Actually, I lost that word long time ago. I just realized. Don't you think?
No.
I lost that word long time ago. Do I still have that word?
Yes.
I haven't been watching your lives for so long already. So
I actually kind of like, do I still have the word like fundamentally? Do I still have that?
God.
Because you're the first person who told me that you always use that word. I'm like, what the hell?
Never mind. Today we're going to feature GY front and center, right? Are we supposed to do that?
Front and center.
Yes. Front and
Yes,
center.
man. Front and center. Okay, I'm not sure whether I'm able to bring in front and center. Let's
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, that's how we do it.
Let's go with this way. Let's go with this.
I already zoom in the camera so that the audience don't look at my messy room. So
okay, nice. Richard is excited already. Like, Richard, this is the fourth marketer. You're right.
Yes.
Yeah, we should bring Richard in.
So basically, after this, right, Chiwa is gonna take over the show. So
yes, you can bring anybody in.
You bring anybody in, man.
You bring anybody in. Yes, yeah, fine.
So that's how we do it, right? Okay, now.
Yes.
So, okay, we're gonna settle the rest of today using this setup, lah. So Chiwai, now you're being grilled right in center. You see yourself where you are, right?
Get
out. Take it back.
On to our show, although we are a little bit late. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah, I mean, actually some hiccups lah, because I was stuck at a dinner that I couldn't go, so no choice.
Stuck at a dinner you couldn't go.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's a very unique. This is the first time they do this, and the last time they will ever do it again.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually by a Hong Kong chef. So
good.
Yeah, very difficult.
All right.
And we were stuck there because of traffic and all that. Sorry about this.
Okay.
But it's a very interesting experience. Okay, now today we have Chiwai here, and Chiwai is gonna share his side of story. Because the other day when we were talking, because Chiwai said he wanted to talk about entrepreneurship because he has his side of story to tell about how he started his business and a bit of philosophy about entrepreneurship. And about 2 weeks ago, Ian was talking about entrepreneurship. And he said that, Dan cannot say the same thing again. I said, you guys agree or not? You know what I told him? I said, everybody has different point of view.
Absolutely.
And everybody has totally different experience. And we want to hear this entrepreneurship story from anyone else.
Yes.
So because we went through all these crazy hardship about building business, and we want to actually hear from everyone who have actually been through it and anything to share, right?
Yes.
Don't you guys agree? So this is also another free flow session. But before we dive into, so you guys are free to ask any questions. We all know that, we all know Chiwai. Chiwai has been with us for a long time. And then, of course, if you have any questions you want to ask Chiwai or any one of us, right, feel free to pop any questions.
In the show.
Yeah. But tell us about your style of story, Chiwai. How everything started, why you started, and, how was everything started?
Well, I came back from Australia in 2006. 2005, 2006 actually. And then after that, I started working in Malaysia. And then after that, I was in I was working in an Australian company all the way until 2010, where that was when the company decided sort of trying to close down the outsourcing office in Malaysia. We are doing IT outsourcing actually. So we are supposed to be the outsourcing IT team to support various IT operations, development stuff to globally. So and then after that, in 2010, we are getting news that they are closing down the Malaysian office because they are going to set up and expand the team bigger in Philippines because it's technically cheaper. Yeah, technically cheaper. Although I was the one who also build up the team in Philippines actually. So decided to go for even lower overhead. So we're getting news that the company is trying to close down the office, and then that's where I left, and I started my own company in 2010. So it was technically not a choice. Yeah, of course, when you start up, when you move on from a job that's like been there for so long, 2 promotions, that kind of stuff, that kind of long jobs, then you start wondering whether do you still actually want to look for another job, or you want to start something on your own. Okay, and for me at the time, I'm sure those who are sort of 50-50, they want a safety net as well, whereby they want to start for something, but at the same time, they also went for interviews, just in case which one strikes first and go for that one, that kind of stuff. So yes, a lot of people actually do half and see whether which one is comfortable for them. So but in the end, I did get some offers, but in the end, I started my own company. So my company, I started with another partner of mine, old partner, whereby we do web development. We are technically a software house, technically,
Right.
Whereby we do a lot of web development, PHP, MySQL, JavaScript, web design, e-commerce, So we were one of the first few ones who integrated with IP88, that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And we started working on Joomla CMS, Joomla and WordPress as well. When I worked on Joomla was not even Joomla. It was called Mambos actually. It was way back then.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So all the way until 2013, whereby the partnership didn't go well with my previous partner. So I started, holding up my own company on my own. I mean, I bought over the shares. I bought over shares, and then after that, I started on my own. Yeah. So at the time, that's where, last few weeks, when I asked Ian, have you experienced a downtime whereby, you get yourself, in mind, say, you all think, like screw this, why am I actually doing this? Why not just apply for a decent job and then just 9 to 5, 9 to 6, and whatever that is, and be done with it. But then again, you can, but then at the time, I felt that probably I'm still young at the time, and still can give it a try, and then
you are still young, by the way.
if I fall, I fall lah. If I fall, I fall lah. So so that was several downtime whereby the company about to close down, you have to leave. Then at the same time, the partnership didn't went well also. So after that, you just have to pick up yourself up.
All these are tough shit, tough shit.
Tough shit.
Wait. Before sorry to interrupt. You were saying that you were in the previous outsourcing company for how long? Before they decided to close down?
4 years, was it?
4.5.
Okay.
Wow, that's
2006 to 2010.
It's quite long. And prior to that, you never had any experience starting a company prior to that?
No.
And it never crossed your mind?
But how many years of working experience working for people before the 4 years?
2 in Australia.
Right.
1.5 in Australia. So
Okay.
that was technically a freelance, web design, that kind of stuff, like a junior developer.
So technically, you only work for
What,
people
6
for
years,
about
sir?
5 years, 6 years.
6 years.
And prior to that, never crossed your mind to start your own company or anything. But it's just because of that pivoting moment.
Yes, because from small, from as a kid, you are actually nurtured to be, you're gonna get good grades, you're gonna graduate, you're gonna get into the rat race. It's simple. It's like, you finish your SPM, 1 year pre-U, 3 years of uni, 21, you are in the society already. Sharp. But yeah,
especially when you don't come from parents who are entrepreneurs, the idea of starting a business would very rarely that it would cross your mind.
Yeah. But my parents were business owners.
Oh, okay.
So
they should inspire you.
So they were traditional businesses. Yeah, traditional retail businesses. So but then again, not much of a choice for me at the time. So I just tried to start something on my own.
Well,
of course,
awesome.
we started as a web development company. We do web design a lot. We do a lot of graphic stuff. We do e-commerce solutions. Then at the same time, we get a lot of things like, hey, Chee, you finished our website already. So what's next? Okay, fine. Do you do digital marketing? Nowadays it's very hot. So that was what, 2013, 2012, 13, 14. Yeah. So that time whereby, people start thinking about Facebook marketing, SEO, that kind of stuff. So that's where I ventured into digital marketing. I started learning about Facebook ads and stuff. Of course, everyone started with posting posts lah. So posts.
But I will say one thing, because I had a bit of sting in terms of web development and this technical part of business. It's actually very lucrative. It's actually lucrative. It's just that the work involved is insane.
Yes, it is. But at the same time, when you started this business at the time, you also get a lot of things like when you did not position yourself properly. You get a lot of hey, my nephew can do this, from uni, can do actually. Okay. So why are you charging me like 3,000-4,000 for a website? 3,000-4,000 only, for CMS.
Back then, when was that? When was that 3,000-4,000 back when?
2010.
2010, 3,000-4,000.
2010.
2010, 3,000-4,000, quite expensive.
It's still expensive.
Quite expensive.
Hey, no lah, 2010 I was charging like 30-40K for website.
I was charging starting from 8,000 back then also.
Mine was 30,
but 3,000-4,000 got people say expensive one. Whatever price one, got people say expensive one.
Facebook ads like 999,
back then, when we talk about website, right? I was told somebody actually built WordPress for 1,500. What the fuck?
Oh God.
Those are students lah, Malaysian Institute of Arts lah.
And they go and compare our services with these people as well. It's like, you see, they all like 1,500. Like you say, like the nephew, whoever, like whatever nonsense.
Right.
Hey, nephew to do.
Exactly what I told them. You fucking go and get a nephew to do lah. You come on me for what?
You get things like, hey, I'm giving you the other quotation gave me free hosting for 1 year, that kind of stuff.
Yes, all the time. This is actually why.
So far, no, I've not had customers. I was lucky, I guess. I didn't have customer service. But then again, we were doing a lot of e-commerce integration kind of stuff.
Or you get bullied into giving in, saying, oh, hey, you are just starting out,
especially when you're starting out, you need a job.
Then you die, you give in, then you do say later.
Do die. That's really the do die thing.
You say do die you.
Yeah,
totally that's where you do not know how to protect yourself when whatever things that you list inside the features or the scope list inside a quotation. Then after that, you start adding functionalities inside by the client, requested by the client. For example, it's like, let's say for example, you agreed to build a house for the client. Then after that, at the end of the day, during the development, the client started asking, can I have a fountain?
Add room, add here, add subway, add like landing pad, add helicopter pad.
But if you think back, it is a necessary journey because by virtue of us jumping blindly into taking a job, we now then learn basically what are the things to avoid. And what are the things that because if everything was smooth, right? You happen to get a great client and they start giving you money and you made your money from there, you will never understand about scope creep. You will never understand about value pricing. Right. So I think every entrepreneur has to go that phase lah.
What RFP? Just back lah, come lah. Tell me lah. I'll just try to do it for you lah if I can. Then die already.
Then you know that bloody hell, this one must charge for next time.
For example, when I first started, we do develop e-commerce website. So fine, so you take on the project. Then after, if you do not put in your scope properly,
right,
and you agree that okay, no problem, I will start uploading the products for you, just to get you per store, that kind of thing. But if the nature of the business of the client is say a baby store or whatever, you have 200, 300, 400 products. You want to upload that? Then when you're going to go live, man. Then after you touch-ups.
Actually, I've done it. I've done it at one point. When I was really desperate to get these kind of things pulled off. I've done it. I totally feel you. We all do nonsense things to actually secure the job.
Yes.
Because back then, totally agree with you. We were young, we were naive. We thought that this is what we're supposed to do to secure the job. So I guess a lot of people who actually started out without any guidance. I totally get you right now, because a lot of time you were asking about, when back then when you did not have the mentor and all the coaches or whoever to guide you through.
Confidence level is low. Yeah,
it was really kind of the thing. But okay, now before we go on further, let's say hi to Carl. What's up, Carl?
Hey, Carl.
Yeah, and then Richard was saying anyone who speaks of Joomla shows age. Lucky I didn't say Joomla. I said WordPress only. Okay. I said WordPress only.
I heard of Drupal though.
Okay.
Joomla
Not
is
Joomla. Drupal.
Joomla by ranking is still the second largest CMS.
Now, right? It is still.
Yeah.
Is it still?
Right.
It is still.
Okay. I never built on Joomla before.
But the gap between Joomla and WordPress is still way big.
And there is another one. What was that called already? Joomla,
Drupal, WordPress lah.
Magento.
Magento is more e-commerce.
E-commerce.
Yeah.
It's very much e-commerce centralized, so it's not like a CMS on its own.
Right.
More of e-commerce stuff.
Okay. Magento lah, and then we have
Magento, cards. Yes, those are all e-commerce.
All these very e-commerce side of things. I actually
Right.
touch all this a little bit here and there. But I'm not a technical person, to be frank. It's just that at that point of time, I was like, okay, I was forced to learn all these jargons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then again, we have Vincent here. I'm not sure whether Vincent is still with us.
Vincent,
Vincent, I think when you say you guys worked together, he was with Sunway, I guess.
Vincent was my client actually.
I see.
Yeah, so he was the person in charge of certain agencies that we work with.
Oh, okay, Vincent. Are we talking about the same Vincent? Because I think when I know Vincent, he was, with the developer. Anyway, maybe I remember correctly.
Yes, same Vincent, correct.
Yeah, Vincent was asking, he was asking you. He has worked with you since 6 years ago. What would you say you do differently now as an entrepreneur compared to 6 years ago? That's a very good question. That's a very good question. I like that.
One of those things, learn to say no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. That's true.
That was a weakness that carries me from my first job all the way until now, and I'm still learning it.
Okay.
My boss, my ex-boss, we still maintain a very good relationship.
Right.
Although he's technically retired, lots of money. But he always say, you need to learn to say no at times. That is actually my biggest weakness.
Yeah.
If not, you put yourself in some hot soup over promising, or you do until you die that kind of stuff.
Very true.
Yeah. So yeah.
We've got to learn to pick clients.
Pick clients, especially. Of course, there are a lot of those circulated visuals saying that learn how to pick clients, how to sense this, how to sense that, when to say no to clients and all. So we have been there, but at the same time, there are a lot of clients whereby we see them, they do not know what they want. They are unsure of what should be done with whatever project that they want to be done. Right. So our vision is actually to refine and to see what they want to achieve in the end, craft it for them. But if they're still unsure, then it's also a red flag for myself.
But this comes from the experience when we pardon the word, when we fuck up along the way. That's how we live. Otherwise, you'll never learn.
But then at the same time, I started transitioning slightly a bit better. Starting out as a software house kind of stuff, until we moved to the stage where we partner with advertising agencies and creative agencies. That was the turning point, whereby, like what I said earlier, we were the outsourced partners, behind the scenes partners for creative agency advertising. Because at the time of the year, there are a lot of agencies where they do not have in-house expertise or in-house developers, technical developers actually, technical expertise to actually execute whatever that they pitch the clients. So that's where you step in. So they pitch, they come up with the requirements. We just do it for them, and then that fetches a little bit more money. Like what I say. So that's where the money starts growing in terms of the project value. So means we can actually charge for more, rather than taking the cheap kind of rates.
Right.
A lot of time when they pitch, they don't know what they are pitching. They promise everything. You know?
But they will always come back to the partner. They would usually come back to the partner and ask, they dare not over-promise one, because these are the very careful people. I also worked with these kind of agencies before. They will always come back to you, and they want you to come back to them fast so that they can get back to the client fast enough.
Right.
Yeah.
But at the time, there are agencies whereby they really like, okay, no problem. Come back, huh?
Shit.
You said this is a client, hey, cannot do it.
You're gonna reflect these people, man. You're gonna let them go, man.
Or you drag me along to the meeting. At least I know what's happening, and I say no, cannot, no, double it.
Yeah.
I've been through something similar as well. That's very interesting. So
I was lucky because one of the major partner I was working with was IBM. So I actually learned a lot from them on project documentation. Because they are very particular about this stuff, and they really qualify their clients. The requirements are pretty much airtight. I mean, it's IBM, then again, So when you get a job from them, pretty much as long as you can deliver, you're fine.
So when you cannot deliver, what happened?
No, they will qualify you also. They will basically put you through a process to understand basically how far. Because end of the day, when IBM goes on and pitch and wins a deal, and if they pick the wrong partner, it's on them. So very well that if IBM select you as a partner, you know that you meet. They'll be very clear about exactly that scope you're going to do. Anything else, they'll find other people. They've got a huge list of vendors. So that's the good part. All right, nice. Cool.
That's true.
Which also pivot the company, whereby if you work with creative agencies, advertisers, 4As, you then start learning what is the agency industry doing, what did they do, how did they actually do their work,
very cowboy,
proper copywriting, Then after that, compared to what I was nurtured through, proper IT SDLC, proper way to do software development. There's a PMO up there. No, so it's like if you go to agencies, sometimes it's just you just whack.
So Chee, despite all these challenges, and roadblocks and all those things, what actually kept you going?
What kept me going?
Yeah.
Sometimes I do wonder myself, what the hell am I still doing this?
And yet tomorrow you'll be back in your desk and then you'll start, talking to clients.
This shit again.
But what if you think back, what are the things that must go?
When I started this business, yes, number one, I have no choice, and then number two, I actually loved web development. I actually loved web design. So I was technical person previously, but of course, I do not code still. I don't code nowadays. I just created a what do you call that? A 徒弟 lah, in a way lah, where I throw in whatever that I know, then after that, you do your stuff,
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, so I grew
protege.
Protege. I grew him from scratch lah. So
wow.
Yeah. So that protege stayed with me for 7 years. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 years. So yeah, what kept me going? I do not see myself going back into the corporate world anytime soon. At the same time, when you started working, you started your business, you get to know a lot of people. I'm a people person. Yeah, I'm a people person. I like to meet people. So when I started, pivoting the business into bigger clients and etc., I'm more inclined to do business development, and I actually meet the people, get the requirements right, come back, talk to the people, talk. Yeah, that's better rather than doing the work itself. Because my ex-boss, not official mentor, he also said that work on the business, not in the business. So work in the business, die lah. Yeah. Although I'm still like half. I'm still doing
easier said than done. Easier said than
done. I'm still working both sides, both on the business and in the business. So hence, digital marketing, I'm still doing it myself. when it comes to Facebook marketing and stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Managing campaigns, I'm still doing it myself.
Yeah.
So which part of a business you like more right now? Like,
that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to building a business now, we know that it's not just about coding. It's not just about managing campaign. It also involves people. It involves, management. It involves accounting, So it involves a lot of shit, which is totally the reason why I don't want to grow a company anymore.
Yeah,
I think everybody knows that. I don't want to. I gave up that.
And I do get warnings from clients. Hey, where the hell is your invoice?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
You
got good clients, right?
I'm a bit slow on this one. Like, bear with me. It's coming. I've been busy recently.
Wow, you so doing well until you need your client to chase you for invoice. That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
That threats kind of warning. Yeah. Yes.
So what do you like to do most right now, and what do you hate to do most right now?
Meet people.
You like to meet people.
I like to meet people. That's why I when MCO hit the time, it was bad because all the while we have I wouldn't say a big office, but it's a funky office. We have PS4 in the office and all kind of stuff. You have all my Iron Man in the office and stuff. So clients can actually come to office. Or I actually go to clients quite a lot.
Right.
Just to visit them, talk to them, that kind of stuff, just to maintain a good relationship, because it's also easier if you maintain a good relationship with clients, especially the finance department. Your invoices get processed faster. Yeah. So it's more of people skills. Yeah, people skills for me. But at the same time, I still like digital marketing, whereby the nitty-gritty of stuff. Why this thing doesn't work? Oh yeah, it's in my copy. For example, recently, we have been doing one campaign, Facebook last Sunday. Facebook campaign. We use mobile canvas. Fantastic. It looks nice. Cover photo, multiple pictures. Click on it, open a mobile canvas. Very nice. No leads, or very very few leads. Then after that, I got a something like a moment. Let's change this to a video slide. Screw this, square, the same visuals, all in square, 15 seconds, no music. Leads coming in.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just small little stuff like this. I was like, it can work. Work better. So these are the things that sort of excite me. And that I'm still able to do this. But at the same time, I'm always getting lessons from you guys. Each and every one of you meant a lot to me, because I knew you guys from, I think, during MCO as well. I think, was it during MCO? Yeah, I started following you guys since MCO. That was also another pivot for me as well, whereby I get to know new circle of friends, new learning angles, and So attending Three Marketeers show every week, or whatever side sessions that Jason has.
Yeah, every week I can. Yeah. You hardly.
It gives you a routine / discipline / consistency / commitment as well. You die. You have 1 hour to learn something every week.
So what happened when the Three Marketeers show ends?
That's why
that's why he's taking over lah.
I'm very worried.
That's why he's taking over.
So
he said, you three old guys, you guys can go retire. Well, I'm taking over. Chihuahua is the show.
So at least it makes me committed to actually learn something each and every week. Although I'm not a really good reader or something like that, at least trying to learn something. Then after that, hence, okay die go for Facebook certification. So you get Blueprint certification, you're able to talk louder with our clients, at least.
So have you got your certification?
I got one of them, the Digital Marketing Associate. I'm learning / studying the planning.
Wow, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, in a week or two, we're gonna have Jimmy here. Jimmy is the most certified guy I've ever known.
Hey, speaking of certifications, you were late just now. While waiting for you, I got an email in my Gmail from Facebook. There are tons of new certifications nowadays.
Why? I don't want to look at it anymore.
I'm not even talking about the one that we talked about during
I mean, it's actually going crazy. I think it's going crazy.
It's crazy, yeah. It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I think they're trying to let more people, they're trying to allow more people to be certified right now.
Yeah.
But one thing good about now here is, sidetrack a little bit, digress a little bit, to talk about the certification. You know what? Back then, right, certification was so difficult to get. And, certified professional gets featured. It's very exclusive.
Yeah. It's supposed to be exclusive. Huh?
I was the first in Malaysia to be featured by Facebook as a featured. But actually, I forgot where I kept the post and all that shit.
How can man?
I never keep. You know what? I'm the kind of person. It's actually very interesting. Since I was young until now, I never kept any single piece of my paper cutting. Never. And I have quite a few of them, but I never kept any single one. And there was one time I was writing a column. I was a columnist for Sin for a few months.
Holy shit!
I never kept that shit. I never kept that shit. Zero.
My goodness.
I kept nothing.
Okay, so all of you know now, Jason is the type of person who shit and go on.
Something like that.
So we'll make sure for Chee Marketeers show, if it hits your local papers, we'll frame it and send it to you as a gift. Or we keep it for you first.
What kind of articles? What kind of columnists are you? Like, what do you cover?
Digital marketing.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, I was writing about digital marketing. It was 2013, 2012, 2013, something like that. Awesome. I wrote for them for about, I think, a series about 10 plus 20 pieces, I think, something like that. I forgot.
Do you get paid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peanuts lah, but it's really that kind of like, oh wow, you're a fucking columnist. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. Your name on the paper makes a lot of difference.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay lah. Yeah. Cool lah. But then again, I don't know. I'm not the kind of person who really look back at this kind of shit lah. And I don't keep any single one of them. But seriously, I want to come back to really about the thing you don't like to do, because I think you and I, we are similar kind of person. No, I'm not a people person, for the record. Okay, I'm not a people. I can do this, client management. I can meet people. But the other day, I was just telling who already. I'm very awkward in the crowd.
You're talking to me.
Yeah. When I get into the crowd, like they like hang out or something like networking session, I'll be like, okay, now I don't know what am I. I don't know where am I. I don't know what to do. Yeah, but I'm like Siwa, I like to do work. I like to do the execution, but I of course I dislike other things, like especially I don't like accounting. I'm not good with that. And also towards the later part of my journey, I also realized I'm not a good manager. I cannot manage my people well. Not to say I can't manage them well. It's in a way, it's not really something that I enjoy doing. I guess these are all the realization that I've actually kind of, went through myself. Have you gone through any moments like this, and how do you solve this problem? Because I've seen people do differently than me. They are not a people person, but they hire. They get somebody else to do the job for them, which is, in my opinion, just very smart. In a way.
For example, certain companies, if you know that you are not able to run the show properly, you hire managers, or to some extent, you hire a CEO for you.
Right.
You hire the CEO to run the show for you. Yeah. But for me, I still learn each and every part of it. It's just part of business. Where last time when I failed, my first partnership, I only focused on the technical part of things, whereby I just get the job done, but I do not understand what does it take to actually run the business properly.
So you're basically still working another job.
Yes, technically, yeah. So it's like you become a technical partner, and you just focus on delivering your job. But then after that, you do not know what kind of clients come in, how do we close the sale, how do we pitch, that kind of stuff. Yep. And you leave everything to the partner, and to the partner child, then how? Very careful.
There was a tough learning. Yeah. We will come back to the partnership part, because this is really something that I think we can actually offer some pieces of advice to the people who are thinking about going in. But before that, okay, I think let's talk about a little bit. Like,
hey,
Richard,
Eloise.
Yeah, before Eloise, I think Richard was saying cheap website buys back in the future when plug-in security themes expire.
Yes.
Yeah. By then you will tell the client in your face, man. in your face. I told you that nothing is cheap.
Don't want to sign up maintenance, right? Don't want to buy security plugins, right? You rely everything on free plugins, right? You get vulnerabilities, hack, control. Then after that, I'm the one doing the cleanup, right? That's the cost is. That's where I bring out my big parang.
Oh yes, of course.
Yeah.
They deserve to pay.
Yeah.
So that's what happened now. Okay, I think Richard knows his stuff. And Eloy was saying, too bad she couldn't meet you earlier. She was helping the company to upload 300 over SKU.
Holy shit!
Do until she doubted her life. That's the kind of shit that you go through, right? That's kind of like a crazy thing. I mean, uploading was crazy.
How we turn things around, Daichi a little bit with the client is that we'll educate or try to tell the client is that whatever system that we build for you, at the end of the day is yours. So you need to learn how to use it.
That's true.
So I'm going to upload, like 20, 30, 50 products for you, and the rest, I'll train you. I'll even give you documentation, but then
you do a YouTube video.
Yeah, then at the end of the day, then it's yours, So we just follow the step. Yeah.
Yep.
Else I'll do that like really do it.
I mean, but Eloy was different. She was working in that e-commerce company, so
no choice,
because you have been paid to do that, man. No choice. Because you are the person that Chee will be training to do this job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I remember there was one project that we did for a modeling agency.
Modeling.
Yes, we did a website for a modeling agency. There was one of the top modeling agency at one time. The models portfolio.
Wow.
There was like, I think, 400, 500 plus photos. Not even a single complaint from my artists and designers. They touch up the pictures a lot. I mean, the original source already, because their portfolio is already quite nice already. But so they have to fit it for web. Not a single complaint, man, I tell you.
Best moment of my life.
Okay. We get it. Now Vincent was saying like, okay, the same Vincent, cool. Now we know that we have worked with the same Vincent in a way.
All right.
And Richard was saying networking session is to find a corner to stone session. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Some people are, I mean, not to name names, seriously. I respect those who can really, like, for example, like Bob, the other day he was talking about, he likes to join these organizations. And then the other day I joined his the business networking session. He can be there and really do that kind of stuff. I totally admire these kind of people. Seriously.
Yeah. Boy is very good at that.
Well, he's totally good because you have to be really a people person.
Like strike conversation immediately.
You gotta be able to do that. So this is really like a talent, born with kind of talent.
Yeah.
I think
not me, man.
Yeah. But you put me on the stage, I'm different. But you put me in the crowd, I'm shit.
Correct.
That's the problem. So I guess we have to find those kind.
Probably Bob is the kind of person where you throw Bob into a room full of strangers, and at the end of the day,
he will never like help.
Everyone likes him, that kind of.
Yeah, I believe so. Because he was trained to do that. And then at that day at the backstage, he told us so much of his darker secrets and the things that he does. We would get him to come and talk about that again, man. Seriously, that's awesome.
Yeah, man.
So Eloy was saying, the documentation from Chee is not your favorite. It's just needing helping hand back that time. Yeah, I think that's it. But usually agency like Chee and back then I was doing the similar thing as well. I would Tai Chi away. Unless you are a modeling agency where Andrew's artists.
Oh, happily, man.
Can no problem. I'll do it for you.
Enough, so little, man.
That's it.
That's all.
Yeah, you gotta give me another
with lesser clothes.
Something like that. Yeah, but I think that's very interesting. Now I want to circle back to the partnership thing. Partnership was not easy because what do you think about partnership now and back then? Oh yeah. Before that. Bob, give Bob some airtime. Bob say join him tomorrow at 8.
Yes, 4 p.m. and learn marketing networking from Bob.
You guys gotta join this.
Yes.
Anyone who is not good with people, you gotta join this and see how Bob does that. Seriously.
Yeah.
These guys insane. You really have to join that. So reach out to Bob, get the link. It's free to join anyway, and join.
Yeah. Hey Bob, actually, since if you're online, I think the version you started with Amit was the speed networking one was a lot more fun.
Okay. You guys are talking about a different version of it.
Yes, the first version when it started, it was Amit. The concept is this: the system will randomly pick people, and you get to meet that person for what, 5 minutes? No, 5 minutes or 3 minutes or something like that. Yes, and then you talk, and then after that you switch to another person. Oh, that is pretty fun.
Yeah.
And you get to know a lot more people.
No, it's not like that. Like the other day,
now it's on Zoom.
Yeah, people raising hands to
correct.
To
that one takes a lot more because you got to speak in front of a lot more people. That takes a lot more guts.
Immediately like that, I was so awkward already. The other day,
never turn on camera. Our friend never turn on camera.
Can you guys see the totally awkwardness of me in this kind of situation? When I go live like this, right? I'm perfect. I'm perfect. When I teach, I'm perfect. But when I'm like a total stranger, a room of total strangers, I was like,
I wanted to shout already. Wait, Jason, turn on your camera, bloody.
But I was that, I was totally, I don't know what the hell to do, man. I was like, quiet, good boy.
Okay. Bob, let's feature Jason for one and see how he survived this, man. Let's put him through some fun hell.
I realize I can't do this. I really can't do this. That's why I totally respect. I respect Bob 100%, 1,000%.
Absolutely.
You guys are crazy, man. You're crazy, insane. Yeah.
But I think in business, eventually we learn to overcome this, stuff that we don't like and we know we have to do, no choice.
That's why I'm CEO, right? I'm actually happy.
When you're a small business, you have to do everything. Right?
You do everything, yeah.
And whatever journey that is builds character. You'll notice that when you first started and now it's a bit different, the way you manage things, the way you see things.
Of course. Comes to age.
But sometimes I think but when I was thinking, and most of the time you should be highlighting your strength, then avoiding your weaknesses and pass the weaknesses to if you can get someone to do. Some people cannot do digital marketing, so that's why they get someone to do it. But I'm curious. So, Chee, when you continue the story, so you realize that you've been doing all the technical, then basically you're working in your business, as in working as a job in your business. So then what happened if the other guy, he also don't want to, what will be the arrangement?
So I handle technical. He will be handling business development in a way / client management /
front end basic
front end. So it will be a bit careful, whereby despite being a partner, you don't just do your work, but you have to look at are we actually having a healthy cash flow? Are we also having a healthy revenue coming in? Project delivery / management. Yeah.
Right. So you wear multiple hats, huh?
Yeah. Although there's an arrangement whereby you handle this, he handles that, but you just don't let go like that. That's also one of the things that.
So can I say, in the sense that you are vetting or double checking?
Yeah, double checking. I mean, it's like a fair kind of thing whereby you can check my things.
Yeah. Check and balance. There has to be some form of check and balance.
There will be, you see, when it comes to partnership, I personally believe even if it's 2% or even 3% in the business itself, there will always be one person calling the shot. Else it will be chaotic. Say it's a four of us in the business. If like 25%, then if something crash, if Chee and myself take side, we want this client, then Jason and Andrew say don't want to take this client, then 50-50, then how to decide? Throw a coin.
In the end, one person has to stand up and lead in a way.
Yeah.
And then also I also experienced from this partnership, I also experienced a VC.
Oh.
Yeah. Coming in, a bunch of investors come in, pump, as if it's like a big group, the kind of thing. This group, one does this, this business arm do this business arm do that, and your business arm actually do web development / marketing kind of stuff. Right. So in the end, nothing works out because none of them is like making money. Yeah. And you talk about spending, like what I said last time, it's about spending money more than you make money, then you die also. So sometimes, in my opinion, if we are talking about investors coming in, sometimes it's also better not at the beginning of the stage, but probably at the later of the stage, whereby if you're talking about expansion, yes, but not at the startup stage, whereby startup, you get a whole bunch of people coming in, pump you money, you don't do things, you don't deliver, how all crumbles one. But if you start your own, you grind, somewhere in the middle, I would expand, but no money. Yeah.
Actually, why did you take in money in the first place? I believe at that point of time you were making money, right? No.
Barely.
At least surviving, yeah. You
definitely
definitely bootstrap and you survive and you are
Survive.
positive in a way and you have your ways of making money. What was the reason you raised? I ask this question because it's actually a very important question because a lot of people will be tempted. Yeah.
Do bigger scale. Wow. Got people to invest for.
Who sold you the idea of bigger scale and what captivated you?
My then partner, lor.
What captivated you? You can grow faster or what?
Probably the people that pump in money are they themselves are business owners or some who and who, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So it's like, oh yeah, like looks legit, macam yes, okay, let's go for it, which is a bad choice lah.
I see.
I think a lot of people when do business itself, they always think to grow bigger, better, faster. That's a natural inclination, right?
Yeah.
Because when it comes to growth, right?
Easier road, it seems like easier road.
It's not easier road. I would say it's the picture that you paint into yourself, in my opinion. Because I've been through that.
Yeah.
I've been through that stage where I was seeing, I actually painted a fucking picture of myself, and I thought that, I can do this. If money comes in, things will change. And I did go and fucking raise the money, and it dragged me through a crazy, a very crazy journey, I must say. I was invested twice. It's not easy. Both were not easy. So I would say a lot of times, right? Come to the later stage, like what Andrew said, fucking age lah, I think now I kind of think that in order to grow a business, you don't need to grow your team, you don't need to grow anything because there are so many growth points. Like one of the growth points is your revenue. The other growth point is your potential margin. And other growth points, like for example, you can actually grow your time, grow your peace of mind. There are so many things to grow, but when you are starting a business, you're always thinking about growing the team. Because a lot of time, until now, there are still people come back to me and say that, Jason, I believe to grow a company, I need to have a bigger team.
Right.
A lot of people have that kind of mindset. I had that kind of mindset. Because to a lot of people, when you have a bigger company, you are more successful. And now we know that when you have a bigger company, you are like more in deep shit.
You're a slave. Yeah, you guys got to learn from Jason, man. Inside a growing company, he grow plants.
Because the plant don't talk back to him.
Absolutely.
And my plant videos are making
never
money
complain,
now. I'm so happy.
No, never ask for overtime. Never.
They work 24 hours.
Anytime you go out, you see them growing or dying. Anyway, you got story to tell anyway.
Never complain.
It's either dying or you're growing, you got story to tell. Tomorrow,
don't grow companies, grow plants.
It's true also. Back then, I really had that, I was thinking, the only way I can prove myself to be successful is to grow a team. And that dragged me into shit for many years.
Especially if, like, for me, myself, I see a lot of creative agencies or advertising agencies.
Big.
They have a 20 team. We join them to attend features and whatever. You bring 7 people to the weekly meeting. That kind of stuff.
Right.
In the office.
What the hell? You bring 7 people to the weekly meeting? What the hell do you do? Nothing else to do.
One creative director, one writer, your account director. After that, the one who does business development. Whatever lah, you look damn impressive lah, all wearing suits,
Ego lah, it's ego lah.
Then after that,
it's the ego lah.
Then at the corner you'll see one guy, not really wearing suits and then glasses and open up. So what again? No, cannot be done. No, cannot be done.
Okay, that's you lah.
Of course.
That's you lah. Okay. Then shake hand or probably WhatsApp secretly. No, stop. Screw you.
I look at this fella's face, definitely IT lah.
Yeah.
But the key man, the key man.
Yes.
Whether you get a deal or not, it's really there. Now, Vincent is saying he's running his own company now. Congratulations. And it's very pressuring to think that you are not growing just because you're still working solo. What are your advices as a solopreneur? Come.
Wow.
Now, not you, like you're not solopreneur.
You are already there already. You're not solopreneur already.
You're not a solopreneur.
I'm still learning.
Yeah. So maybe we start with Andrew, solopreneur. I mean, I am down to almost solopreneur now. So I think I can actually talk about this.
I think the thing with, good and bad. The good part of solopreneur is you are in control of whatever shit you want to do. And you are also obviously responsible for whatever shit that you created in the end. You can't blame anybody else. The downside is, obviously, you're a pretty lousy manager. That's why you can't work with anybody else. That's why you go solo anyways.
But I would say up to now, right? I beg to differ because actually, I think
I enjoy that,
I am.
Yeah.
Like I have full control over my time now, and a lot of people will be like, everybody talk to me. They ask me, what? How do you get your time to do all this shit alone? But to be frank, I always like to tell people, actually, I still have time.
Because you get to choose your projects, you see.
Quite some time. Yeah. But here's the thing. I would say, if there is anything that we learned through the pandemic, one thing that must be something, one of the most important things that I learned is, in fact, you can have a team without having a team. There are so many ways to get somebody else to help you on something that you don't want to do, or you can't do it yourself without really adding the headcount into your team.
Correct. There are specialists anywhere else.
And I was told the other day that, a virtual assistant is not expensive and they are very capable.
Absolutely.
You don't need to add a headcount. Back then we were adding headcount like nobody's business, and we were thinking that in order to grow and to be seen as reputable and growing, the only way is to grow team. But now I think everybody's shrinking their team. So I guess it's like, how can you feel that? In my opinion, how can you feel about growth right now? This is how I'm actually doing it right now. Okay, every single day I do a check whether am I making progress.
In what form? Progress in what form?
Progress
Financial?
as in financial is definitely, there are so many things.
Right.
When it comes to growing, even if you're a solopreneur, even if you're a very small team, there are so many things when you're growing a business. So let's talk about a business perspective.
Okay,
business perspective. Revenue is just one of them.
All right.
It's definitely one of the important ones. But there are also other things like, are you making progress in terms of your, let's say, I actually pay a lot of attention in terms of the processes, optimizing the funnel, optimizing the business SOPs and stuff like that.
Oh, for yourself lah.
For myself. I'm constantly...
Jason managing Jason.
Yeah, I'm constantly thinking, how can I reduce time of video editing right now?
Oh, yes.
How can I reduce time on video editing? How can I make more video if I need to with lesser time? How can I make more money with the same amount of work or even lesser work? I think about that a lot. You see, when you want...
This is working on the business.
Yeah, when you think... Yeah, in my opinion, this is how can you make more money without committing more time? So I was thinking, is there anything? So another thing that I pay a lot of attention to is how can I get more qualified leads? I'm almost every day thinking about this thing and working on something. So very similar to Bob.
Yeah.
So I think as a business, as let's say if you are having a smaller team or smaller organization, I think in order to be, first thing first, you got to have some processes that is working.
Right.
Then you really need to always constantly remind yourself to think about important things in your business, like things that I say, revenue. How can I make more money without doing more work? How can I make the process easier, faster, and to optimize the whole thing? How can I get more leads? I've been doing a lot of experiments, and a lot of times, right? One thing that I want to highlight, you see, to certain people, they kind of have this impression that, wow, Jason, you've established yourself as an expert, and kind of like you have a channel that people are seeing you differently. So you should be different right now. You should be but I'm still constantly challenging whether this is real.
What are you supposed to be? What are they saying?
They would always say that people will come to you. It's a lot easier for you to close cases right now. But it's not necessary, you know.
Yeah.
The stage of the prospect is
but actually the stage or whatnot, right? It's really something that you have established. Doesn't mean that it should stop you from going back to the basic.
Oh yes, definitely. But this time the difference is when you go back to the basic, it's at higher levels.
That's why let me give you this simple example, because I was thinking, how can I get more qualified leads coming through my door?
Right.
I want qualified leads. I don't want nonsense leads. So the other day I was looking around and I was like, I can actually leverage on Fiverr.
Okay.
You know, I'm not selling any other thing. I'm selling my one-on-one Facebook ads audit on Fiverr.
Right.
So, but when I go into Fiverr, right, people will be thinking, what the hell are you going Fiverr? It's for freelancers. But am I not? I mean, even I'm an expert or I'm a coach right now, I'm still kind of like a free
We are
agent.
freelancers. I mean,
yeah,
I mean, solopreneurs is just a glorified name. Technically, we are freelancers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just because some people thought you are an expert in something doesn't mean that you don't need more new leads. And to a lot of these new people, you are nuts. Who the hell are you? Jason Guy, what the hell? Never heard of you, don't know you.
The world is bigger
The
than
world
this.
is so big. So when I actually look at this and I was like, hey, should I do this? And I actually break all the thing and I'll say, fuck, man, I just go in. And I'm struggling to get my first deal. I'm struggling to get my first deal. But I'm doing a lot of optimization. But then I realized I have an advantage. In my pitches, in my listing and all that, I can tell people, you want to find out more about me, go to my YouTube channel. But when they go to my YouTube channel, I will win the deal. I know for sure. But then again, if I always think about my YouTube channel and never thought about doing something on Fiverr, I'm not making progress, you know.
Different channels.
You get what I mean? A lot of people, when they grow, they add burden to themselves. And they can't go back to the basic. And I don't know. I always have this opportunity or some lighting that will strike my head and say that, hey, let's go back to the basic.
Right.
Just like a few months ago, I say, hey, let's start another YouTube channel from scratch. I always do this kind of nonsense shit one. I don't know why.
Break everything down again.
Just break and start fresh again. It's like Jason Gunn as a new person, this new whatever. I think that is something that I enjoy.
It's like you use a whole bunch of Lego pieces, you build, you build one castle already. You break everything down again. After that, you rebuild the castle, but you realize that, hey, I actually saved 5 pieces.
Right.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I saved 5 pieces to build the whole thing again. Hey, not bad. Then I can use the 5 pieces to do something else. I can actually build an arch now.
Correct.
Something similar. I think that's, to me, I mean, that's what I think day in, day out about growth in a way. It's more like, in my opinion, I think I'm coming to a point where I'm thinking about my personal growth right now. I think it's very, very much me now. But I'm not saying that it's right or wrong. It's just me sharing. Sorry, I hijacked a little bit. Yeah. But that's me. That's me.
Yeah.
But okay, now we have Law here. What's up, Law?
Hey.
Law is saying he thinks that the definition of growing is important and why the sector needs to grow. Okay, if you can answer that clearly, if not when, then what? Grow in manpower, really at this point need to think twice. That's the best solution. I agree. Sometimes
going lean is actually not a bad idea compared to grow big, that kind of stuff. Having a lean team is actually not bad. And just a shout out to Lo, he's growing. He's
awesome.
Really,
all right.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations.
His coffee products already reached some of the shelves in supermarkets.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Happy for you, man. Happy for you, my friend.
We got a lot of audience who really commented for this episode. Very active.
This guy is really hardworking. He's more hardworking than me, so yeah, okay.
There's no comparison, You can also say that Jason is very lazy.
He is.
He is. Because he's trying to optimize the best way to do things.
Hey, actually, lazy people always look for shortcuts, and sometimes that's why they're successful, because they constantly look for shortcuts.
It's like, why the hell am I spending like 20 minutes just to do this video?
Yeah. What can I do 5 minutes?
Yeah.
But I think what we can actually learn from a very a quick but very, very powerful conversation with you over here is, I guess we just have to really find what we enjoy doing in the journey of building a business, because there's no right or wrong. I would say up to now, the way I look at how people build businesses, I would say definitely there's no right or wrong. Even if you make some wrong decision, which Chee and I both did many times, throughout the journey, it's part of learning. Because
growing doesn't mean you have to grow people.
Yes, and but all these are learning. They will always make you better. Remember, I think we'll come back to the bottom, to the basic of why we are starting a business. In fact, it's actually to build ourselves. Being an entrepreneur, going through this entrepreneurship journey is definitely your personal growth journey. It's bottom line is still how you want to become a better person, whether you want to become a better manager, or you want to become a better entrepreneur, or you want to become better at anything. You just have to define what you want to get better at and focus on what you truly enjoy. I think that's what really matters. I don't know whether you guys agree.
True.
Yeah. So okay. And Law was saying he's not smart, so work hard. That's very good. That's a good thing. Hardworking people usually become more successful.
Won't die, won't go hungry.
Won't go wrong.
Richard was saying sometimes looking at people selling Hokkien mee at food store, they anytime better cash flow and reserve better than
Absolutely.
SME. I mean,
absolutely. Shout out to all Chap Fan out there.
So that's why we don't compare. I guess we just have to be, we just have to enjoy what we do, lah.
Yeah.
If you don't,
I think Lo has a point. It is important to be clear on your respective definition of growth, because there's no right or wrong. So for Jason, obviously, can he do more for less? Can he make more money by doing less? So that's his definition of growth. Similarly, for me, my definition of growth is, can I, every single hour that I spend, can I increase that value? Right? Or can I, when I make an offer, can I increase that offer the next time? Every time I make a new offer, it should be more expensive and you get more people to buy. Not necessary for, getting more people. So certain people, their definition of growth is, I want to be surrounded by, like Chee, like his, some agencies, I want to be surrounded by a posse of 7 or 8 or 10 people whenever I go. That's growth for them. So I think it's important to wrap up is, you got to be very clear as to your definition of growth, and you got to live by it.
Yep. For better or worse, live by it.
It is.
It's part of the journey.
Yeah, and sometimes it can be a very lonely one.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So I joined Chee in the 3 Marketeers or the 4 Marketeers or whatever Marketeers. Chee is going to lead the show. I don't know where he's going to do it. We are convincing him to do that.
What convincing? He's on already.
Yeah, he's on already. He's been knighted.
Yeah.
Fucking do it now, man. Seriously. Take this show over.
Right.
So please follow Chee if you have a Facebook page already or YouTube channel already. You gotta do that already, man. And
yes.
You guys can go over and follow him. That's where he will start doing his journey. Because I think it's also about time that Chee should, you need to step up. You gotta build your brand already. I mean, it's
August 24th, episode 101. So everybody, please badger Chee. August 24th will be episode 101. He will have to
start something.
Yes.
He will have to start something, and we will become guests. We take turn.
Yes.
That's a plan. So we're actually pushing him to do something, but fun, really. I like this conversation. Although we started late, apologize for that. But I believe this is a very useful episode. One of the best, I would say, because really, it's all about learning from each other and how we can actually support each other through part of the journey. We may not walk the journey for a long time, but then again, as long as we cross path, like Chee said, I'm very grateful that we crossed path 2 years ago.
Definitely.
And all these are all meaningful things that
relationships,
happen. And relationships that build, friends that we make along the journey, and it's part of the journey of being an entrepreneur. Yes. So for everyone out there who feels lonely, don't, because there must be someone else who's actually walking the journey as you are, probably lonelier, probably tougher, but then again, it's part of a journey that you choose.
If you're lonely, join us. Join Chee on the Marketeers shows every Wednesday at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
You will never be lonely. You can just voice out whatever problem.
He's gonna take that, man. He's
Yeah.
gonna take
TY
that.
and his whoever that is going to be part of the market.
Oh yeah, Eloise. I think Eloise.
Oh, Eloise, isn't it?
Eloise. I don't know, like, you guys
yeah.
go and make your team. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So we look forward to that.
Yeah.
All right. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. We
Thank you.
started late, and we did not actually discount. We still make it an hour thing. But before that, Manfred, you want to do your?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Website of the week.
Yeah, let's go. Website of the week.
Last week I was sick, so now this one I need to come back with
What's
the
this?
website of the week.
What's that?
So this website of the week is marketingexample.com.
All right.
All
What
right.
is this?
So this is basically like a scrapbook where I have a lot of interesting things. So there's basically some of the things, example here under acquisition, conversion, more newsletter. Okay, so I'm more interested in copywriting. So these are some of the things that you can go in. So say example, I'm interested in how Steve Jobs clarified Apple's message, copywriting, then go in. There's an article you can read.
It's like a scrapbook, is it?
So basically, if you got time, you want to improve yourself, I think this is one interesting website, the way they categorize it for marketing, marketingexamples.com. Okay.
All right. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Manfred. And definitely thank you, TY, for joining us. It's an awesome one. Thanks for sharing your journey. And then so happy to know that you're still enjoying whatever you do right now. And continue with that.
Yeah.
And we look forward to your show.
Absolutely.
But we never forget that.
August 24th, 2022, episode 101, featuring Chee and whoever he chose.
Yeah, whoever you
Part of
choose.
the show.
Whoever you choose.
I'll start buying ring lights and stuff.
For me, I like so it's sufficient already.
Yeah.
You got 5 more weeks. You can set up your studio already.
Yeah, you can prepare. You want to have your whatever switcher and all that. You do your whatever you want.
Right,
Make it like a proper one. So when we appear on your show.
You see, Andrew's setup now, it's very professional streamer kind of stuff whereby the angle.
You go and visit Andrew and you go and buy your own set. Go.
Yes.
That's how you do it. Go. Okay. All right. Okay. Richard is excited. August 31st can change name to CY Wednesday.
What?
August 24th, my friend.
Okay lah.
31st is episode 102 already.
Okay. 24th. That's the right one. That's the right one. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so let's wrap this. Thank you so much, TY, for joining us, and thank you everyone
Absolutely.
for joining us as well. It's awesome.
Thank you guys for the journey.
All the best for any one of you out there who is actually having a lonesome entrepreneurship journey. Don't worry, go through this, and you're gonna be a better man. All right, we see you again next week.
Wednesday.
Next week.
And,
Good
same
night.
time Wednesday at the Tree Marketeers Show, episode 96. And with that, let's wrap this one. Good night, everyone. See you next week. Good night. Bye bye.
Cheers.